what I was thinking was yesterday was for me to overcome my bad eating habits. I had to lose my addiction to eating, period. Like, it wasn't like, oh, like you're addicted to chips and candy and soda. For me specifically, like chips and candy. It's like for me, I was addicted, or like I just wasn't eating. No, I would say like I was like addicted to like eating, period. Like I was just doing too much. I was doing entirely too much. And so for me, in order to lose my addiction to one food item, I had to lose my addiction to all food. And so now I can go a work day, I can go a day without thinking I need to eat, without having to eat because I'm not addicted to food. And I know this is like it's like there are people out here who really do suffer, with eating disorders and, all sorts of things. And so if this does not apply to you, let it fly. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, for me personally, in order to stop overeating candy, I had to stop feeling the need to eat, period. Like I had to get over it. I had to stop thinking, oh, like it's just a mindset change for me. Like it's like now, I can see how people can diet and eat like a very like no seasoning, eat the same thing every single day for every meal, because it's not that deep, it's not that serious. It doesn't have to taste good, it doesn't have to fill me up. Like, that's not, that doesn't be why you're eat, that doesn't have to be the purpose of your eating. How people say like I eat for fuel and not for fun. It's like it's just a different, it's just relating differently to food. Not saying that everyone needs to do this. I'm just saying this is what I noticed happened to me unintentionally over my fitness journey. I just knew, like, at first it started with just like counting calories. I was using the Noom app, and I was just, counting my calories because I was trying to lose fat. You know what I mean? And like as I was doing that, and as I became more disciplined concerning what I allowed myself to eat, like the struggle went away, to where I was like, oh man, like, oh, like I really want to eat them, just gonna eat it, like that struggle went away. It's like, oh, like, oh, candy, like, let me, like someone asked, you want anything from store, like, oh, let me go get some candy, let me, like that desire, that habit, really, I don't even know if it's an addiction, just the habit went away, because I grew up like some days I would just eat like candy and junk all day, and I would make meals out of it. Like I would have a full bag of chips and some candy, and that's it. And no water, of course. Not even an ounce of water. Like that would be it. And so I don't even know if it's like an addiction, or if it's just a habit. And what is the difference between addiction and habit? I'm sure someone can explain it. I'm sure there is, whatever. But yeah, so whatever, so that's how it worked for me. Like I had to get over it completely. So now eating becomes this thing where it's all like, what, for real, seriously, it's like, what is the purpose of me eating this food? Well, it's so that I don't feel weak and have headaches and I'm tired and grouchy, and I don't even know why. It's because I have like no energy. Like, and it's like my body has no energy, because my mind has the desire to keep working, to do what it is that I'm doing, to get up, to move around, to clean my house, take care of my kids, work, etc., so on and so forth, to be better. But my body seriously would be telling me no, and I'm like, what's wrong? Why? Because we're not gonna stop. So yeah, so it's like it's different. Um, and like I'm not even trying to be like braggadocious, but like it makes me relate to people differently. Like for instance, my child's father, he loves to eat, he's a foodie, he calls himself a foodie, he loves for things to taste good, and he eats because he enjoys food tasting good. Again, nothing wrong with that, but I'm just not there anymore. And so like even before, I would be all like, oh, I would be so concerned about making sure whatever I ate, making sure there was enough food. Now I think that was partially out of because when we didn't have money and I couldn't just eat junk food all day, I could eat nothing all day, because I grew up, poor in poverty, which a lot of people do. So I sometimes there was no food, there wasn't any. So when I do have food, I had this habit of just being I would say greedy, just wanting all of it, like not wanting to share, being worried, so worried that when oh God, I feel like I'm gonna cry just thinking about it. But just being worried that when I did eat, I wasn't gonna get full and I was just gonna feel hunger pains and it was just gonna suck and blah 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 blah. And now, of course, I'm older and I can feel hunger pains and be fine. But I was a child. You know what I mean? So it was a big deal. And so I would always like yesterday we ordered food. He was like, oh well, I was like, I'm just gonna get this. Like not even, and it was a full meal. But for me, you know, it was different. And then he's like, well, I know you're worried about getting full because for years he's known me for years. For years I have been. It's like, oh, is this gonna be enough food? Is this gonna be enough? Is this enough food? And I was like, I said I don't even care. I was like, I'm not even worried about getting full. Like I don't care. I'm just getting it for the taste, just to taste it, I guess. You know what I mean? And what's funny is it's like I'm at a point to where still I have a really sensitive stomach, and a lot of foods actually make me feel unwell. Um, so I didn't even really want to eat it, and that's a reason why I didn't want to get that much food. 'Cause I knew I was like, it's not, I didn't want to waste money by getting all that food and then just throwing it away. But that's what ended up happening. I had to throw some of it away. That's another thing that's new to me. Wasting food and being all like, well, I'm not gonna eat this. It's not gonna get consumed. And I'm not going to force myself to eat it just so that I don't waste it. It's a very privileged thing to do. It's a very different thing to do. It's a very different way to live. And again, like not even trying to be, braggadocious. I'm just saying this is my reality. This is it. This is it now. And I already know I'm gonna be shredded. Like with me not having an issue like I did before, the same kind of issue that I had with food before, and like working out again, like oh I can't wait till I get my weights and stuff like that. Like oh God, because I like for years I've wanted to have a freaking six pack for like at least 10 years. I've wanted to have a six pack and I just haven't been able. Like I look pretty good. I haven't had a six pack, and so yeah, I can't wait. As I'm excited about being shredded. Now when I'm shredded, like this right here is not me being braggadocious, but when I'm ripped, there's probably gonna be. I mean, I don't know, probably not, because it's not that big of a deal. But oh my gosh, I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun for me. Um, but yeah, I'm about to drink my coffee that I don't need, that I'm not addicted to, that I just got because it's a nice habit to do. It's nice to do. It's a nice little thing to do in the morning. But I'm gonna try to change it to tea. To tea. I'm gonna start trying to drink tea in the morning instead of coffee. So we'll see. Any tea suggestions? I just